I've made thousands, maybe even millions in game. Not just once, but consistently. And the wild part, I didn't cheat. I didn't grind for hours. I didn't even follow the official method. Instead, I found a set of game-breaking tricks that basically turned the system into a money printing machine. I'm talking about flying with skateboards, duping deals, robbing customers after selling to them, and even outsmarting the cops with a dumper. Alright, this quick tip could literally make you way more money in every single deal. Open your phone, go to your products, start setting your prices. But here's the theory, you can actually raise your product prices up to 1.6x the normal rate. Therefore, you are making way more profit every time you sell. That's a 60% boost for literally doing nothing extra. No new mixes, no extra ingredients, just smarter pricing. Now, it doesn't work on everyone, but if your customers are loyal or fully addicted, they will take the deal every time. This one move can stack your cash fast, so don't sleep on it. Next tips coming up, and it's even sneakier. Alright, wanna lose the cops without getting caught? Here's a trick that will let you vanish like a ninja. Step 1. Let them see you, yet trigger the chase. But don't panic, therefore just run, put some distance between you and the squad. As long as they're not directly behind you, head straight to your house, motel, bungalow, doesn't matter. Once you are inside, you can sleep, chill, or just wait it out. The wanted level will drop, and boom, you are free. It's like having a built-in safe zone right in your home. But don't get too comfy, because the next tip might have you running again. Let's go. Alright, got time temps you don't want anymore. You can actually head to the pawn shop and trade them in for cash. Easy, right? But here's the catch. At the bar, you will see a meter showing how angry the shopkeeper is. Therefore, you gotta be careful, don't push him too far. Because if you do, he will snap. There he comes. Okay, let's just kill him. Alright, that escalated quickly. Let's cool down and head into the next tip. Wanna make stupid money with zero grading? Here's a tip that turns you into a gold bar investor, aka a Jew. Head over to Blue Balls Boutique. It's just east of the car wash, right next to Ray's real estate. But instead of shopping, you are buying gold bars. Each one costs 10k. Therefore, once you got your bars, head south of the motel to the pawn shop. Meet Mick. He is your buyer, and sometimes he will offer you even more than 10k per bar. But here's where it gets spicy. You can counter offer and try to push the price higher. Warning, if you push too hard and he gets mad, he will snap and attack you, like I said before, and you are locked out of deals for the rest of the day. Pro tip, if the offer sucks, just sleep, check again tomorrow. He resets with a new number. Some days it's lower, but keep checking and eventually you will score a huge payout. Suck that profit, launder it through your businesses, buy more bars, repeat until rich. Next tip coming up, and it's just as OP. Alright, this tip will turn you into a sales sniper. We're talking about figuring out exactly how much money each customer has and using that to your advantage. Here's how to do it. Offer them a deal, but keep adjusting the spice level until the success chance hits zero. Therefore, you know exactly how much they can afford. Like right here, Jesse Walters, boom! I found out she's holding $1,670. Now I know she's a priority buyer. So who else has deep pockets? Jesse Walters, Geraldine Poon, and Ludwig Meyer. All from Northtown, by the way. But not everyone's worth your time. Doris Lubin from Westville, trash budget, barely worth a sale. Money scales with your rank, but these people tend to keep the same range. So what's the move? Build a customer list. Prioritize big spenders for personal deals. Let your dealers handle the broke ones, like Doris. Therefore, you're making max profit with minimal work, let's hit the next tip. It's all about sucking that cash flow. Today I'm breaking into this warehouse 7 hours early using nothing but a skateboard, and it's way easier than you think. So here's the deal. Normally you can't get in here until 6 p.m. But I found a trick that lets you skip the wait completely. All you need is a skateboard. That's it. No glitches, no mods, just this board. I ran around to the back of the warehouse, backed up against the wall, and then I did this. I sprinted backwards, popped open the skateboard mid-run, and look at the time, it's 11 a.m. That means I can talk to everyone, buy what I need, and get out before most players even show up. That's one crazy trick down. But the next one is even better. Let's go! Alright, next up we are about to break the laws of gravity with the most ridiculous glitch in the game. The bus stop lunch trick. So check this out. You walk up to any bus stop like this, hop onto the bench, but instead of just sitting there, you spam jump like your life depends on it. The more you jump, the higher you go. Therefore, you can literally launch yourself across the map. You can use it to get around faster, hop onto buildings, or if you're feeling crazy like I was, go absolutely ballistic and launch yourself out of the entire map. What's this? I'm still going up. Still. I'm basically in orbit at this point. Alright, I will wait till I slam back down to earth. But while we are waiting, get ready, because the next tip, it might just break the whole game. Right, listen up to this next tip, it's gonna make your life in-game way easier. Because we are talking about turning your stars into a money printing machine. So head over to Albert Hoover stars, but instead of just putting each time money, here's a move, fill it with cash. Now this works best later in the game, but once you've got the funds, it's a game changer, because the moment you order a dead drop like right here with the seeds, boom, it's instantly paid off. No running around, no hassle. The drop shows up, payments auto-handled. Therefore, you're not wasting time going back and forth. You just grab the goods, place the next order, and repeat. And suddenly, you're running your empire like a boss. So yeah, it's simple but crazy efficient. But you're not ready for what's coming next. Trust me. Let's get into the next tip, because this one's gonna make inventory management 10 times smoother. Alright, check this out. When you're inside your stars, click on any item, but instead of just dragging it around like a caveman, hold right click. Therefore, you can use your scroll wheel to change the exact quantity you want to move. Need to move everything at once. Shift plus left click, boom. Whole stack move. Want to move one item at a time. Shift plus right click, done. Alright, let's talk about the one thing that's been cluttering your inventory since day one. Junk you don't need. People are always asking, what do I do with all this useless stuff? But here's a move. Hit tab, grab the item, and drag it down to the bottom right corner of your screen. Therefore, it gets discarded, poof, gone forever. Now, yeah, it's a little slow. You can't just toss stuff on the floor or go full race mode with it, but this is the only real way to clean out your stars and free up space. Because if you don't, that junk just sit there, taking up shelves, slowing you down, and making deals mess. So yeah, simple tip, but super important. Now let's keep it rolling, because the next trick, it's actually kinda busted in the best way possible. Alright, this next trick is about to make you a trash collecting millionaire in no time. So you're picking up trash, right? It's everywhere. But instead of just bagging it one by one like a rookie, hold E in a single spot and it will group bag everything in that area. Therefore, you can move massive piles in one go. This is especially cracked when you are using the trash selling machine. Just drag all the junk into one spot, group bag it, and boom! You're carrying a mountain of money in a single bag. I did that on one corner, walked up to the machine, pulled $48 from trash. But that's just the start. Scale it up, group more, and you are stacking easy cash fast. More trash, more bags, let's go. Alright, next up we're talking transport hacks in Schedule 1. You could buy a car, but let's be honest, it's slow, clunky, and honestly kinda mid. Therefore, here's what you do instead. Head to this shop, walk up, and buy the golden skateboard. It's way faster, super efficient, and you will glide across the map like a boss. Oh, and here's the sneaky part. After you buy it for 1.5k, stick behind the guy and try to pickpocket your money back. Yeah, you heard me. You might just get your cash and your board. Total win. But don't go anywhere. The next tip might just break the whole economy. Alright, let's talk about dodging the cops without getting caught. So you're rolling up to a police checkpoint and they wanna search you. But there's a trick. Right before they get to you, just click on your inventory and hide your stash. Boom, clean. Therefore, you pass the search like nothing ever happened. But wait, what if you are in a car? Same thing. Just hop out, let them pat you down, chill for a sec, they will walk around, check the truck, drop the barrier, and you're free to go. No questions asked. Quick, clean, no fees. But we still got more to cover. Next tip coming in hot. Alright, so what if you get caught? The cops search you. They found your stuff. You're busted. But wait, there is a secret escape move that will get you off the hook every time. All you gotta do is run. Therefore, find the nearest dumpster and jump in. I'm serious. Hit E, crouch, and just chill. There are dumpsters like this all over the map, and once you are inside, you're invisible. The cops literally run right past you. Look at this, I'm wanted, I'm hiding. But the wanted level already disappearing. No chase, no arrest, just clean getaway. Dumpster equals to instant vanish mode. Let's keep going. The next tip might just break police logic completely. Alright, next tip. So normally you press E on a pod, pick a destination, right? But here's how you really speed things up. Therefore, to assign multiple pods at once, hold right click, walk up to each pod, press E, and boom, multi-select activated. You will be sending all those plans to rags in one smooth move. It's fast, it's clean, and it saves a ton of time. But if you wanna take this even further and build a full-blown automatic farm using this clipboard setup, I've got a full tutorial dropping in the top right corner of the screen. Trust me, it's worth it. Let's move to the next tip. Alright, this next trick is straight up wild. You're gonna sell your product and then sell it right back. So here's how it works. Walk up to a buyer, you've got a deal set up, you offer them some product, but here's where it gets sneaky. As soon as you make the sale, therefore, crouch behind them, go in for the pickpocket, and bam! You've got your product back. You're doubling your profits over and over using the same jars. But be quick and watch out, because if they catch you, it's game over. Alright, next tip coming up, and yeah, it's even more broken than this. Alright, this next tip is about turning basic deals into money making machines, and then flipping it into straight up street sales. So you've got product, right? But instead of taking the first order you get, go to your messages, find a buyer, and hit them with a counter offer. Therefore, you can boost the price like here. I am asking for an extra $100, and boom, they accept it. Easy win. Now, sometimes you gotta run out to make the deal kinda slow, right? But here is how to speed things up. We are going full selling. Just knock on random doors, talk to people on the street, offer them a deal right there, get paid, and yeah, if you're slick, you can still pickpocket them afterward. And if they start calling the cops, handle it. Let's move on to the next tip. It gets even crazier from here. Alright, this next trick is so broken, it lets you fly using a basketball. I'm not even kidding. So grab one of these basketball, look down at the ground until it starts shaking. But here's the key: crowds and crowds walk forward, therefore, you're now flying. You can literally glide around the map like some kind of streetball wizard. Wanna come back down, crouch again, or ditch the ball, and you float right back to the earth. And it doesn't stop with just basketballs. Trash cans, crates, random items, they all work. Hold on top, hold D, jump, crouch, and boom, you're in the sky. Oh, and if you missed it earlier, this stacks perfectly with the bus stop glitch too. But let's not stop here, the next tip might just be even more broken. Alright, this next tip is all about making your customers completely addicted, and yeah, it's exactly as broken as it sounds. So go into your contacts and check your customers, check their addiction and loyalty levels. Therefore, your goal is simple: get that addiction to 100% as fast as possible. Why? Because once they are fully hooked, they accept deals way more often and they offer way more cash. Now, don't use the weak stuff, those give like 30 or even 0%. What you want are those crazy custom mixes that give them 100% addictiveness in one shot. Max addiction equals max money, better deals, and total control over your street empire. But this next tip, it takes that strategy even further. Alright, this next tip is how to make high quality mixes that your customers will pay top dollar for. So head into your product menu and check out your favorite mix. But here's the thing, the better your mix, the higher you can price it. Therefore, more profit, more addiction, more power. Now I've got a full video coming soon with the best mixes for every product, so make sure you don't miss that. And yeah, I will also show off the automatic farm setup I built that makes this all run like a machine. But the next tip, it's a kind of glitch that will make your stars look like a cheat code. Let's get into it. Alright, this next tip is basically a built-in cheat code that lets you spawn anything you want. So check this out, in the top left corner you've got access to the console. If you don't, go to settings and it's the first bullet to turn on. You can type commands like clean trash, that cleans every trash in the game, change cash space and put the amount you want, that gives you in-hand money, and change balance space and type what you want. This gives bank money longer. Now yeah, I get it, some people say it ruins progression or makes the game too easy, but if you already played through or you just wanna mess around with mods, this is the ultimate sandbox power up. Use it wisely or don't. Next tip coming in hot. Alright, this next tip is a time-based cheat that makes selling way more efficient. Here's how it works. Normally, when you schedule a deal, you got limited windows, morning, afternoon, but here's a move. Set all your deals to late night. Why? Because it says 12 to 6 am. But the game doesn't actually go past 4 am. Therefore, your deals will never expire. You've got unlimited time to deliver and no press to rush production. Now sure, there is curfew, so keep that in mind. But you can still craft, preparate, and sell without the stress of missing a window. Plus, rumor has it, selling at night might even earn you a bonus payout. More time, more money. What's not to love? Let's move on to the next tip. It's a game changer too. Alright, we just pulled up to the casino and this next tip is straight up insane. Head inside, find the slot machines, but here's the wild part. You can grind here and never lose. As long as you've got around 7.5k, just spam $100 bets on the slots. Therefore, you will almost always walk away with profit. It's basically gambling, but with God mode enabled. And hey, remember, 90% of gamblers quit just before they win, right? But if you don't quit, you just print money. Alright, enough with the casino hacks. Let's roll into the next tip. Είναι.
Κλαμπς, σου είπα κλαμπς.
Το βρήκα! Το βρήκα! 10.000 μαλάκα! Έτσι, μπορεί. My tip is to actually take from the van this because later is going to blown up by a rival and you will lose it, so make sure to get these things. Alright, our final tip is super important. It's about going down and subscribing. Haha, gotcha. I tricked you with a trick, but for real. If this video helped you, drop a like. Therefore, the algorithm blesses us both. Got questions? Comment below. I read everything and I got you. Until the next video, stay smart, stay sneaky, and goodbye.